This is video lecture number 5 for chapter 22. It's the last video lecture, and we're going to continue with the types of organic reactions. So we've looked at substitution, addition, and combustion. The fourth type of reaction is fermentation. We probably already know, just by the name, fermenting, that fermentation produces alcohols. So it's a process in which yeast or bacteria is used to ferment glucose to produce alcohol. So glucose, with the help of yeast, will ferment into ethanol. We also produce carbon dioxide, but usually in the production of an alcohol, the carbon dioxide is allowed to just escape into the atmosphere. So that's really all you need to know, but it is kind of interesting to see what kind of a sugar is used for which kind of an alcohol. So if we take grapes and ferment them, we will produce wine. If we ferment grapes and we allow the carbon dioxide to stay in the alcohol, we get champagne. If we take potatoes and ferment them, we will get vodka. If we take hops, we will get beer. And if we take corn, any ideas? We will get whiskey. We don't have to know any of these. The big thing is for fermentation, glucose will turn into ethanol and carbon dioxide. It's the process of producing an alcohol. The fifth reaction is saponification. Saponification is pretty easy. It's the process of making soap. And the Regents doesn't require us to go any further than that, so we're going to stop there. So the fifth reaction, saponification, makes soap. The sixth reaction is polymerization. It's a reaction in which monomers are bonded together to form polymers. So mono means one. Here is styrene. When polymerization occurs, we get polystyrene. We get many styrenes. So polymerization is the process of making large molecules from small molecules. And here are some very typical everyday uses of polymers. So we have polyvinyl chloride, used for, let's say, a garden hose. We have polyvinylidene, which is used for food wraps. We have all these different polys. So all these different polymerization reactions, polystyrene, which is used for foam cups. Polyethylene, used for soft drink bottles. Polyurethane, used in waterproofing. So all of these started from petroleum, but then through different processes of polymerization, we get many of the useful products that we use today. We do have to know some natural polymers, which would include things like starch, proteins, DNA, and we do need to know some synthetic polymers. But you can pretty much tell nylon. If it doesn't seem like the body can make it, then it would be synthetic. Dacron, plastics. So these are all types of synthetic polymers. In an equation form, we would have to know X represents many. In this case, I'm drawing ethene. Ethene will undergo somehow the process of polymerization, and we will end up building a molecule which looks like ethene, but now the X is down here as a subscript. So we take many ethenes, and then from that make one really, really long molecule, which we call polyethylene. Ethene is also called ethylene. Polyethylene is plastic. So we see we should recognize this equation. If you take many monomers, you make a polymer. And that's the essence of polymerization. The seventh reaction is called esterification. Esterification is the process of making an ester. An ester is formed from an acid like ethanoic acid, which is also known as acetic acid, reacting with an alcohol. So I'm going to build the alcohol with the OH on the left, just to make it kind of easier to see what's going to happen. So this is ethanol. And what happens is the H from the ethanoic acid and the OH from the ethanol will drop out and form water. And then the acid or what remains of the acid will bond to what remains of the alcohol. And there's our ester. So we name the alkyl group first. So this is alkyl, or I'm sorry, 2 carbons, ethyl, and then the acid now, we drop the oic acid, and we add O8. So this becomes ethyl ethane O8, which we call ethyl acetate. So this is the process of esterification. You have to know what an ester is in terms of esters are sweet smelling fragrances. And then some examples are apple, banana, and even a pear. So esterification is the process of making an ester, and esters are sweet-smelling fragrances. So that takes care of the last of the video lectures. So I hope you're having a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday.